right, round 4 is where we get back into the top 20 best-selling board games of all time. The finale, guys. We're getting through them all this time. One way or another, we're getting through every game. How's that sound? These ones shouldn't be that hard to get through, I don't think. And we're going to start with number 8. And then, but first, let's take a quick review of the ones that we've done so far. Andy, in your professional voice, can you tell us the top ones that we've gone through so far?
Number 20, it's Cranium. Number 19, Blockus. Number 18, Connect 4. Number 17, Moncala. Number 16, Stratego. Number 15, Risk. Number 14, Catan, Settlers. Number 13, Pictionary. Number 12, Othello. Number 11, Life. Number 10, Rummikub. And number 9, Candyland.
Yes.
What's number 8?
Andy. And now for number 8, we have Backgammon. With 88 million units sold so far, came out in the year 3000 BC. Can you believe that?
It was a good year.
My knowledge of Backgammon, I'll have to say, is kind of limited to the movies because I've never played it, but I've seen it played. And more specifically, I'm a huge James Bond fan. And in the movie Octopussy, he plays against the Heavy. And so as far as I know, all you do in Backgammon is roll 2 dice because that's all they do. Three different people play this game and all they do is roll 2 dice and whoever rolls 12 wins. I'm sorry, not 12. Double sixes. You have to roll double sixes to win, Mr. Bond. And so it's not 12, it's not box cards, it's double sixes. And so he uses the guy's loaded dice and he rolls the double sixes and then puts the Fabergé egg out on the table. Anyway, that's just part of the movie. But has anybody actually played Backgammon? Because I've not. So as far as I know, you roll 12, you win. I don't know. Is there more to the game than that? Does anybody know?
Yeah, I used to play it a lot as a kid, actually. It was like probably one of my number 1 played games. Truly. But it's been so long since I played, I really can't explain it. I just know that you would roll 2 dice and you get to move 2 pieces, and your goal is to like land on somebody else's color like by themselves, and you would send them back to the beginning. So yeah, and your goal is to get all the way to the other side. But yeah, I really enjoyed Backgammon. I think it's still a clever game. I would imagine it still holds up. I do want to play it again. But you made a pop culture reference, John. I want to as well. Okay. I really enjoyed the reference to Backgammon in Lost. When the very first episode, Locke is looking at the 2 pieces and he talks about good and evil.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's one of the best moments in television. Once the series was over and you realize he explained the entire series by Backgammon.
There you go.
Awesome.
2 players, 2 sides. One is light. One is dark.
Very good. Any of you other 2 lunkheads, have you played Backgammon?
I haven't played it. It sounds a little bit like craps, though.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
And the fact that you're rolling 2 dice. That's about it.
All right. We're really going to have to play this, guys. I think it's a good game. We're going to play that next episode. We'll have it. We'll have had it played.
All right.
All right. Well, let's move on to number 7.
Let's do. Number 7 is Trivial Pursuit, baby. 100 million units sold. We finally reached the 100 million mark. Came out in 1981, so everybody knows about this game. Trivial Pursuit. This was a game that just took the world by storm. Gamers, non-gamers, what have you. If there were gamers back then, our family considered ourselves gamers. But Trivial Pursuit, here's one thing that happened really interesting with us, is we had these losers that used to hang around our apartment that were a friend of my roommates. And they literally sat in the apartment trying to memorize the Trivial Pursuit cards and trying to find a pattern so they could, and they thought they had it. And so I'm quite a bit older than these guys. I'm like, you guys are losers. I could beat you without even doing it. And sure enough, I beat them without everything memorizing answers to the cards. So that was my best play of Trivial Pursuit ever. Mostly, I don't like this game. You're trying to get that one pie and you're moving around and it's pretty annoying. But what do you guys think of Trivial Pursuit?
I hate trivia. It's just that simple. Like the trivia that they used to have at Buffalo Wild Wings back in the day when Buffalo Wild Wings was awesome, like up on the TVs and stuff, where you had like it would pop up and then you'd have like 30 seconds to pick your choice, and the quicker you chose, you got some more points than people enjoyed. That was awesome because I was eating wings. But like otherwise, I hate trivia. I want to do anything but trivia. I'd almost rather play Candyland. Like I just hate trivia.
I love trivia. It's actually one of my favorite like genres of games. And while like Trivia Pursuit's so hard, if you get like a specific one, like I really want to play Dungeons and Dragons Trivia Pursuit. I actually might pick that one up. I've been looking at it going, ooh, Philip will play it with me.
Trivia Pursuit's okay, and I have fond memories of playing it as a kid. Mostly I remember playing with the little plastic pieces with the pie pieces, and I remember liking that a lot.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
You just like it because it's pie.
I do. But as far as trivia games, there's so many better trivia games out there now.
True.
The one that sticks out for me that probably has been a lot of fun is Bezier Wizard. That's a fun one.
Or Timeline Challenge. That's a good one.
Timeline Challenge is also a great trivia game. I do like trivia. Unlike Chris, I like trivia a lot. But
well, I mean, like Timeline, I like that. And you could also say maybe like Time's Up's also kind of trivia, but it's not, right? Like so, like I like those. I just don't like the. Do you know the answer to this question?
Yes.
Like, this is stupid. But, but like.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, I wonder if the 100 million figure on there includes garage sales, because
Or,
they're in
yeah.
every single flea market and garage sale you've ever been to.
Or like every Salvation Army.
Yes.
Every thrift store has about 80 of them. But,
well, let's
right.
move it along. What's
number 6 here? We've got
John?
waiting for the.
Oh,
Okay, we're
you
not
want
going to
that?
get a.
Oh,
I don't want
Why
it.
would you wait for the drum roll?
I don't want it, but
John?
I'm waiting for it.
Here it is.
We had a moment to escape it.
Number 6 is Battleship, again with 100 million units sold, but a little bit more than Trivial Pursuit. Came out in 1931. And we all remember that classic cover with the mom and the daughter washing dishes back in the background while the son and his dad are there playing a game that they could play with 2 pieces of paper and a pencil, but they got.
It's when life was as it should be, you know.
There
When
you
the
go.
women were doing the work
Wow.
and the boys were playing the board games.
Everybody was happy in the picture.
I just love that
But-
cover. Like the women were just as happy as the guys.
I know. That's why everybody was happy. Drying dishes is just as good as Battleship.
Oh, I just
But-
love the fact that I'm doing the dishes and they're playing a game. Life couldn't be better.
I have
Those guys.
theories. I have theories that they were slowly poisoning them. There was life insurance involved.
That's what it was.
I have a
Battleship's
story
a
about.
fine game. I played it as a kid a little bit. It's been greatly improved upon with the game Captain Sonar. It replaces it for me.
Okay.
Definitely. We played it a lot. Me and my dad played it a lot because he was in the Navy. So he actually really liked this game. He kind of got excited to play it with me, and it is what it is, right? But it was kind of a cool childhood memory to remember the times I played with my dad. So
Did you guys listen to In the Navy while you were playing?
no, we listened to The Doors and
Oh,
good
nice.
music.
Oh,
The
so.
Doors.
That's much better.
Jim
Yeah,
Morrison.
we've got the Star Wars Battleship now that I play with my son once in a while.
I had the Star Wars Battleship when I was a kid that had like the sounds and everything.
Oh,
That was-
nice.
that
That's
was
cool. Never had that. That would have been that we yeah, I thought that looked awesome when I was a kid. But okay, that's enough Battleship. Let's look at number 5. Number 5 is Clue with 150 million units sold and at least one movie made. And it came out in 1949. The old classic Clue. I think everybody has played this, and it's a pretty fun game for an old game. You know what I mean? The worst part is the roll and move when you're trying to get somewhere and you keep rolling a 1 or a 2, and there's literally nothing you can do on your turn. I'm stuck in the hallway for 3 turns. That's so nice. All you guys are exchanging information.
All my life, this game is like 80% there. And I don't know what that missing 20% is, but there's 20% that's missing there that would make this game phenomenal. But like it's just missing something. What is phenomenal though is the movie Clue. One of the best movies of all time.
It's pretty
Apparently,
good.
they're making a remake
Fantastic.
of the movie.
Oh, are they?
When
Yeah,
did the original come out? I haven't seen
I'm
it.
worried about that.
80s, right?
the original
movie or the
Clue.
game? We just talked about when the game came out.
No, he means the movie.
The movie.
Yeah, it was the 80s. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Is
Is Martin Mull in it?
is
Tim
Miss
Curry,
Scarlet hot?
so good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I always had the hot.
Sure.
Remember her name. She's a famous actress.
but it's
Okay.
fantastic. If you haven't seen it, you should watch the movie. It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
1985. Just looked it up. So
Thank you.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
There you go.
Royals World Series champs.
Yep. Oh, has anybody played a themed Clue? I've never played one of the themes.
Not either.
Simpsons.
either.
I played the Simpsons Clue. I played that a lot
Okay.
actually, and that was my
Some of those-
go-to Clue game.
Some of those
Was it just
themed
like the
Clue
same
games
board
go for a lot of
different?
money, man.
Yeah.
It's
I
insane.
realize it's funny. We've been talking about these are the games I played as a kid. I realized I played a lot of board games as a kid. They were
Mhm.
all Hasbro. I'm just so angry that I missed that boat. How did I not know about German games at the time?
There you
So
go.
much missed opportunities.
Well, if only the Germans had won World War II.
Then yeah, that would have helped.
Yeah.
But in quartermaster generals, maybe they can.
Maybe they can. There you go.
Hey, let's go
No,
to the
none
next.
of the other games offered that. All right. What are we up to? Number
four,
3.
guys.
No, we're up to number 4. Scrabble with 150 million plus sold. Came out in 1938. Scrabble is still fun. Scrabble is a fun game. I don't know if you guys ever played it much. I remember when I played it for the first time at my in-laws, and they had no idea how to play. I mean, they played it, but you don't play Scrabble by looking at your tiles and trying to make a word. You play it by looking at the board and trying to get to the score spots. They were doing it backwards. You don't just try to, oh, I've got the word loser. Where can I fit it on the board? No, you say, oh, there's an R and an S. What can I fit in there to make a word to get over that triple word score? And so there's a right and a wrong way to play Scrabble, but it's fun and it's a fun little word game. I'm sure it's probably one of Daniel's best games.
Well,
That's
you
why
guys
the
know
game's dumb for that
I'm a
reason.
master.
Yeah,
I'm a master of the English language, and
Yes.
spelling is right there with it.
Uh-huh.
The game's dumb because, again, exactly what you said. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what is actually strategic and everything like that, which is, I guess, fair. But I don't know. If again, Scrabble's almost up there with Trivial Pursuit with me. I just don't like it. I just want to just let me make some dumb joke letters and put some words together and make a funny word and call it a day. Because if I'm anyone that's really pushing their brain playing that game, that's really silly. Let's play a different game.
Wow.
So my biggest problem with Scrabble is some subjectivity into what is allowed, and I played with too many people that didn't follow the actual rules. And if you follow the actual rules and use the Scrabble official dictionary, I'm all for Scrabble. But too many people were trying to bend and break things, and this is is a word, and that was,
you're supposed to agree ahead of time what dictionary you're using. It doesn't have to be the Scrabble one, but you have to agree this is the dictionary we're using. Because you have to, if you check it, you have to look it up. So you have to have a book that you're looking up. You can't say it's not in this, I'm going to look in this one. No, you have to have one book that you're going to use.
I like to use the Klingon dictionary personally.
That'll work.
Yeah.
You know, if there was rules for if you look it up and you're wrong, you lose points, I'd be in for it. But
that's
that's
what we need in every game when we play with Andy.
That's actually a rule, isn't it? If you're challenged, you lose your turn.
You lose your turn if you're wrong.
And you lose a timeout as well, right?
Yes.
Right. And you only have 2. So
I don't remember.
I know sports ball.
Throw your flag.
Oh, right.
All right.
Scrabble's been replaced by well, hold on.
I'm sorry.
More things to say.
I'm sorry.
Scrabble has been replaced by a much easier game, easier and harder. It still itches the same part of my brain, and that is Quirkle. It's an abstract version of Scrabble where it's colors and shapes. Also,
that's the game I can spell.
Yeah. and a nod off to a thumbs up to, or a mentioning, an honorable mention goes to the game. What's the card game? The Deck Builder.
Magic the Gathering.
Nope. The Deck Builder. That's Scrabble.
Paperback.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
Paperback. That's kind of a
Third
fun.
time's a charm. Okay.
Yeah. Quirkle is fun, but it really plays a number on Randy's shape blindness that he has.
His what? Language.
Shape blindness. All right, number 3 with 275 million units sold.
Wingspan.
And that's just the base version.
Wingspan
came out in 1935, and that is Monopoly, baby.
Oh.
The king, the grandfather, the granddaddy of us all. There would be no games if there wasn't for Monopoly. So there you go. How about you know what's funny about Monopoly? Everybody always brings it out saying, it was brought out to tell you how bad monopolies were and how capitalism is evil. Well, it's a game, whatever. If that's what it was for, it did a bad job, because it's like, hey, I won, baby. You never felt bad about winning, did you?
I don't like it because it perpetuates the old white rich man narrative.
Is that what it does?
Yes, with the monocle.
Because he's featured in the thing. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Mr. Was his name Moneybags? Mr. Moneybags?
Pennyworth.
Mr. Monopoly, I think.
He's it's Uncle something, I think it's what it's called. But
I don't know if he has a name. He has a name?
Yeah, it's
let us know what the name is.
Yeah.
Pennyworth was the clown in It, wasn't it?
Yeah, Pennywise.
Pennywise was.
Oh,
it's just as torturous.
Have you guys seen the movie?
The truth is, this game is fine. There's the only game for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then you're just physically simulating the next 6 hours, and it's awful. So it just needs to be quicker. It just needs to be whoever has Daniel and I recently talked about this, to a person that's kind of a gamer, but anyways, we were I think the fix is just you play until all the properties are owned, and then whoever has the most money at that moment wins. And then maybe it would be something. But yeah, and then also people play with the rules wrong, and it's annoying. So
you got to drive everybody into the ground to win that game. There's no
Now,
There's no
I
other
will
way
say
to do
this: if you
It
guys
won't
want
feel
some
like a win.
if you want a Monopoly tip, I'm going to give you this one. It blows everybody's minds, but you gamers out there, you probably know this. The buildings are limited, so don't build hotels. You build 4 houses, and then when you're opponent, you trade somebody and say, "Hey, I'll give you this, so you can have a Monopoly," and they're like, "Great, I'm going to start building houses." I took all the houses. There's none left, and they
Yeah.
go, "Oh."
True.
When I think of Monopoly,
that's not easy though. You have to have a lot of monopolies and buy a lot of houses.
when I think of Monopoly, I think of death by 1,000 houses.
So one thing though, I really will say this: I wish I could get a copy of the Landlord game that Monopoly is based
Yes.
off of. Like,
It
I
actually
want to
looks
see what
better.
that game actually is. There's so many more spaces, and I just want to know what that game actually is. So
I thought so too. I
Talisman
thought
adds
it looks
extra
way better.
spaces too, but I heard it doesn't make it better.
the what?
Talisman, which is like thematic
Yes.
Monopoly.
Oh, okay. I will say one of
Rich
the things.
Uncle Moneybags, Pennybags. That's his name. Rich Uncle
Pennybags.
There it is.
Pennybags.
There you go.
Yes.
One of the things that Monopoly taught me as a kid, I remember doing this, is the very first thing I would do is I would take a $500 bill and I would hide it under the board so that I pretended I didn't have it. I wish I still did that. I wish
I thought you meant you stole it from the bank.
Yeah, I was
and
like,
put it under
that's what you're supposed to do when you rob a bank. Is you're supposed to hide the money so people don't know you took it. Yeah, correct.
So I think we're done with this one. Next
Yes.
2, we're gonna do them together, right? Because they're
Sure,
essentially
why
the
not?
same game.
Number 2 at an estimated 50 billion units sold, and number 1 with, it's unknown, but it's 3 million per year in the US. They came out in 3000 and 1200 BC. No, 3000 BC and 1200 AD, respectively. The checkers and chess, baby, with chess being number 1. What do you guys think about checkers and chess?
Wait a second. Checkers
Not
at
the same
50
game, by the way.
billion? 50 billion and
50 billion.
Okay, if they estimate 3 million a year in the US, I guess alone, do they know how many million are in
I don't know
billion?
if they know how many 50 billion is. That's a lot.
Like, that's wow. Okay.
They probably failed
would say
algebra like
checkers,
I
yes,
did
just
3
because
times.
It's an older. I mean, not maybe it's not. It probably is an older game. You would think because it's simpler, right? And then someone built upon checkers with chess, but I don't know. Supposedly, also the story behind chess being built was some guy was tasked with telling the queen that his son had died in battle, and he was like, if I go tell her, she's gonna murder me, and so he made up chess to slowly ease her into it, and halfway through the game she realized, she's like, wait, my son's dead, isn't he? And he's like, yeah, and he was fine. But supposedly that's the story of how chess came about. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah,
I've not heard that.
Nice.
I have never heard that either.
I really thought for a long time that chess was just the expansion to checkers. Tell me I'm wrong. Come on, it's the same game, literally the same game.
Chess, it ain't checkers.
Come on.
I was actually,
you know what? I agree because it's like Catan to Settlers. It's like Settlers of Catan to Cities and Knights. You had a fine game, and then it was like, oh, let's make it unbelievably more complicated for no reason.
Checkers is not a fine game. Checkers is a terrible game.
That's fine.
Chess is a fine game.
Yeah, checkers
I was
is
actually
literally
on the,
broken. You can just play to a stalemate every single time.
what's that, in
Right.
checkers?
But
Yeah.
it ends, unlike chess, that just takes forever. If you don't-
Not always.
If you're
Not
playing with somebody
your
good.
kids.
Well,
I was
yeah,
in,
when you're playing evenly matched, it takes a while. But anyways.
I was in chess club in high school, so there you go, baby.
So this
But,
is a random shout out, not a sponsor at all, but I'm going with my wife on our 10-year anniversary to Memphis and Nashville here later this week. And there's a place in Memphis called the Memphis Chess Club. And it's downtown in this nice old building. And they have
cool.
little it's like a boutique of food or whatever like that. And then they have all these chessboards. I don't know if it
That sounds pretty
costs
cool.
a cover charge or an annual membership or something like that. But I'm definitely going to check it out. So
You
Oh,
should
yeah,
bring
we're
a real
in
board
Memphis
game and leave it
this
there.
coming week. Randomly, I may see you.
Chess Club John approves. That's a weird flex, John.
You should, maybe record a little bit about it. We'll have it on the show.
All right.
Get your phone out and say, hey, this is this cool place. That'd be pretty neat. All right. Well, I think that's it for that. Let us know what you think of chess and checkers and all these other games that were on the list. I think checkers got ripped off there. I think Chris is right. I think it's got the most sales. But
The math
you
doesn't
tell
make
us what
any
you
sense.
think. Tell us if there's any of them on there that you still play. That'd be cool too. Thank you for watching this clip from Around the Board. If you'd like to watch the full episode, please click on the link down below. Around the Board is essentially a game show featuring 4 board game enthusiasts that discuss board game topics and news in a competitive format. Whoever wins gets to talk about whatever he wants at the end of the show. So please join us, won't you, around the board.